Hello YouTube, it's Aaron here, or Claude Mods, which is my online name, or the company that I go by online for my open source software. So I've got some food here. It's a bit early here in the UK, it's currently 40 minutes past 5. So, the plan was to compile Plasma from source to see if there's any new files that have come out. Since I'm building my new Claude Mod system tool on 6.2, it's going to be quite big, so I'm going to have to put on another mega. Well, I thought, alright, let me plug in the hard drive that's got it on it. And I thought, oh, okay, why is it not booting? Then I've worked out why my computer wasn't booting. Well, it turns out this is the main culprit. So I've had her about 6 years now, and it's been making noises, like some beeping noise. Beep, beep. Like, I can't. It's not like a loud beeping noise like that, but it's like I don't know how to put it without plugging it in. But we're already running the system. I'm not looking to break my system. So anyway, funny enough, she's been through the wars. She actually come with her 6 years ago, and then when the I don't know, something happened with the Android that was on it that I put on there. I'm pretty sure it was Bliss OS that I put on there, but I couldn't really tell you. It was so long ago, and well, this is the thing, you know. 6 years that hard drive lasted, and it was making funny noises, and it's finally just give away today. I'm quite gutted about it, but you know, what can you do? It's only, like, to be honest, them hard drive, it's only a 500 gigabyte, so it's probably worth like £3 in the shop now. Anyway, I just thought, oh, I'm going to have to compile Plasma 6.2 from source again. It's going to take me ages to get all the files and set up Plasma just to get it to compile. I thought, oh, hold up, what would I do without Claude Mods and his special ISO? So this is what I'm doing now. So one of my favourite songs is on the screen. Yeah, I've been playing him all the time. Around this time in the morning, and he's quite good with what he plays. So I'm going to change the screen over. Let's start by doing that, because I normally use this screen over here for my projector screen. I like to have a separate screen to use YouTube on, and Telegram and chat to people. I'd like a separate keyboard and somehow to try and set it up to work with screen 2 and not screen 1, and a mouse as well. I mean, it's a bit quite technical to be doing stuff like that. A bit long-winded, and if anything like that, I'd have to keep setting it up on my own systems. Right, let's get my ugly face out of the way. So I've got my 3.2 on here. I want to build my 0.5.4, and to be honest, I'd rather put it on the depth. But it's going to be a big file, so I'm going to do both. This one's going to be built on the depth. I'm going to be coming out in a few days. Well, I might put it up later. I want to do a bit of research really into what I actually want to do with my desktop environment and how it works. I'm switching it up a little bit. So I'm starving. My phone's on silent, so you're getting my full attention apart from the fact that I'm actually eating at the moment. So we've got 2 Arch ones already made. That is the problem. So they're both being currently used, I do believe. And we've got the Android one that's basically doing the new update, and we've got this one here that's doing, well, it's more of a test really. So we need to check which ones are UEFI. Looks like we could use any of these. Windows 11, yeah, I put Windows 11 on here. I was doing some testing on Windows 11. like I've said in a couple of my videos, I actually like testing all hardware and all software. Unless it's a Hawaii, I'll be honest. I've had a Hawaii phone in the past, and I believed it was listening to me because of things popping up, and I was having a conversation with my mate about these things, and miraculously, next thing you know, they're just popping up as adverts. I'm like, I'm being listened to here, and I didn't think nothing of it, and then it happened again, and I thought, oh, what is going on? So I've done a little bit of research. And there's people online talking about how Hawaii phones listen to you and record you, and I don't know, it might be a lie, but I definitely had 2 situations, and that's why I got rid of the phone in the end, where I was miraculously talking about something, and then next thing you know, it's in the YouTube ads, it's in the Google ads, it's in the Facebook. It wasn't just one website either. It was a good phone, I guess. I don't know what was on it. So anyway, we're going to create I think we're going to use an existing disk image. I do believe I might have to mount that hard drive. Yeah. So I actually installed Hyperland on this hard drive here for testing reasons. Which one can I use then? So we've got Windows 11. I've basically got like a terabyte's worth of stuff already on here. The KD Dev, I'm pretty sure is like a 50 GB. Maybe that might actually be it. Maybe might be lucky here, but even then, I'm making a video, so where is it? So it's obviously a KDE in it. Oh dear, I flipping hate scrolling around. I'm not good with this here. KD Dev, 52 gigabytes worth of stuff. Now, well, this makes me laugh. If you type in Ubuntu, you type in Arch, you type in Debian, it don't matter. As long as you put Linux, everything works. So, Vert Manager, I am looking at changing, but the problem is, if I change to something, I'm going to have issues setting it up to work with Arch. That's the main issue at the moment. Arch is a bugger if it isn't set up properly, like this. So say if I set this as UEFI, and the settings for UEFI work on here, then we're going to have issues. Obviously, if I'm using different software, we're going to have big issues, basically. And that's down to the fact that the Arch is a bugger to set up and get working. And I had troubles with Arch for many months because of it. But I don't think we need anything else. We just need that. So we can cancel, we can begin installation and see where that goes. No, I don't think this is the KD Dev, and I can say that because it says Mosquito. So I basically need to do a little wipe of my workspace. I've got too much stuff on here at the moment, and obviously being that the hard drive just parted on me, it's just give way. I'm looking at basically getting a new hard drive and potentially probably getting a new monitor and some new parts for my old board, because I think the power supply was the reason why the board didn't work, even though now I've put it basically on carpet and everything else. I don't know. It should work. It isn't going to work, is it? So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll add a normal CD drive. That's a USB. And come back here. So the 911 was actually the one that worked, and I called it 911 because I had so many issues. I don't know. This is what haven't set it up to do it, have we? It's 5:24 in the morning, so give me a bit of leeway. Oh, we have set it up to work, so what is going on? Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Don't mess me about. Yes. See what? This is the thing, yeah? I've had this keyboard for a while, yeah? I've got it off of Amazon. She's a bit messy, whatever. My other keyboard I threw at the wall the other day because I was smashing it up because this computer weren't working. And now I've worked out the culprit. It's like, yeah, it's no good. What was I going to say? You haven't been editing, or you know you've done a lot of work, and here we go, see? It wasn't 9/11, otherwise that would have booted. I've uploaded the right file. I have. I've obviously checked it. That's a bit of a bummer, really. If that ain't the file, I'm going to be gutted. I might have to re-upload it then if that ain't the file. Now what I do is I'll take precaution and I'll put this file up on the internet straight, because now I'm aware that that file that I have uploaded might not work. And I'm sorry people who've watched this video and you see that it don't work. Or you've downloaded the ISO that don't work, because I really have had a lot of trouble at the moment. Trying to get everything to work basically. It hurt me. What? It took me the best part of like 6 hours to compile and get the files up on the internet, because the first file weren't working and the third file weren't working. As you can see, obviously that one didn't work. So it's like, yeah, one of the files did work and I may have uploaded the wrong one. We could download it now because I'm actually on the source forge looking at the file. But anyway, this is the file that was meant to be on there. So yeah, I'm going to install this and just show that it works when it's installed. So basically, all you do is you just basically install it. Erase the disk. If you're using Paintman, the best thing to do is erase the disk. Make sure there's no swap, because obviously I'm making it ISO. The best thing to do is turn off the swap. It's telling me it's going to take 9 hours, but I'm not even downloading anything. So my source forge is an absolute bugger at the moment to download anything off of it. So I would suggest going to my Mega. And the problem with Mega is you've got to use a flipping Chrome browser, which I've just worked out today, because I'd like to download something off of it. We've got a different name, 0040 on here. Oh no, that's a 6.2. This is a 6 dev setup 9. Yeah, so my Mega has the actual file. The source forge has got the wrong file. I'm sorry people, but either way, you're better off downloading off of source forge anyway, because off of Mega, sorry, because source forge is very, very slow at the moment. So yeah, I'll re-upload it to my source forge anyway. But honestly, best advice really going forward is to download it Mega. I'm sorry that you have to use Chromium or whatever else it is. I will look at uploading to another service, because I do need another service now. I either need to make a new account on Mega for some other uploads, or I need to look at another service. And there was another service I was using, it's called Blimp. Blimp Upload, I think. We can look at it now on, we'll just put this on here quickly. So what I'm doing is showcasing how easy it can be to basically just compile it. You're installing my ISO that I've already made, so that's good. Obviously it's got everything set up to basically run the compile straight off of the bat. So yeah, let's come here, let's switch this over. We'll bring this over here. Not under my face, obviously. So Blimp was another service that I was using. It's a Blimp Upload, I think it was called. But the problem with them is I had photo business. Is it Blimp? Some sort of upload service called BL Blimp. I don't think they were going to last long. They weren't a really big company, to be honest. Free upload, and I think I had like 20 gigabytes worth of space on there. So we'll just go scroll down the list to see if we can find it again. It's called Blimp. I mean, it weren't going to last long, was it? SourceForge is no good, you know. Obviously the downloads are slow, and then you can only upload 7 gigabyte files, and it just don't make no sense, because like, I'll be honest, if I'm using KDE Dev, it's going to be a big file. We're looking at maybe 6-7 GB depending on what I put in it, and at the moment we're sitting at around about 6.2 GB. It's like a flipping Windows ISO at the moment. So obviously there's no workaround, because I can't make it any smaller. I could probably talk to the Penguin X Dev and see if I can compress it. Blomp! That's it, Blomp. I knew it was in the list somewhere. So here, look, Blomp. Protect your photos, you get 20 GBs worth of stuff, 200 GB for free. Look, get up to 200 GBs worth of space for free. It works perfectly fine. Free and paid, like you could pay 99p, get 250. You know, you pay £99, £9, sorry. And then you get 10 terabytes, which sounds reasonable to me, you know. No monthly logins required, because this is the problem. With the free one, I'm pretty sure you've got to sign up for it. So, I don't know, moving forward I need to get some sort of upload service. Blomp looks like a good option, maybe £10 a month. I'm already paying for my website, I've got to pay for it soon. We don't need this, yeah. We don't need Plasma. I don't know why people telling me we need Plasma. We don't need Plasma to do the stuff we're doing, you know. Anyway, let me change the screen over so we all get a nice little look. What we're doing. Screen, video capture, screen capture. Oh, yeah, it's definitely this one. So, we're looking at this one here. That screen's just gone blank. I'll bring that back over here, you'll be able to see my face. You shouldn't be waiting too long now. Yeah, Blomp looks like a good option, you know. I don't know if anyone's going to be wanting to download off of Blomp really, because it's not a big service. It's why I tried to use Mega or SourceForge, because SourceForge do virus checks, which is really and truly, I don't know how they're doing virus checks on an ISO, but at the end of the day, you know, if they're doing checks and it's come back clear, that's good, because it is clear anyway, and I'd rather people feel safe about downloading my software than to think, oh, he's a random third-party dev that just basically sits there 24/7, customising Linux from what he knows, but at the end of the day, we can't trust him because we don't know him, you know, and I haven't had the most respectable voice on the internet at the moment. I really haven't. I've got a lot to say to a lot of people. Brody Robertson wants to contemplate against Plasma when he doesn't even get involved to make it any better. He wants to say, he wants to sit in his chair just like I am right now, and then talk about Plasma as a whole, like he runs the company. Yeah, I like Plasma. It's overdone my expectations, and I'm really happy with it. But the thing is, you sit there and I don't want to seem like I'm having an argument right now, yeah, with the internet or whoever's watching this, or think I'm getting a bit rude or whatever. But he doesn't get involved. You know, as it says, get involved. I actually get involved. Here we go. This is me getting involved. This is me helping the plasma community. I want to make things easier for people to compile, you know. And here's a prime example, because I actually need to compile myself to see if there's any newer components to the Plasma 6.dev before I push out my ISO. So I'm going to have to compile. It's going to take 3 hours or whatever hours. Might take a little bit quicker now that I've got like all 12 CPUs boosting at this right now. And obviously, I don't know of anyone else doing this. Had I not made this, I wouldn't know about it. So I'd then have to download my Plasma normal base. I'd have to install it, set up the whole thing again. You know, obviously it's only like 4 components I've got to install. Then I've got it. Well, I've got to set it all up. You know, in the Bash RC. I've got to, you know, download the initial setup stuff. Then I could get all the components, like the missing components, the dependencies for 6.2 before all of that if I really wanted. Or I could do it after. But then I've got to sit there, you know, and compile. Rather than doing all that, I might as well just wait the 5-10 minutes it's going to take, you know, to install in a VM, and then, well, from my ISO, you know, reboot and just run the commands like I'm going to do, because that's how easy it really is. You just download my ISO, make sure it's the 19 of, well, the one that's on Mega. You need to get the one that's on Mega. It's like 3.98 GB, which is perfectly fine, really. It's going to be a big ISO. It's got development packages in it. I can't wait for payday, eh? Payday's going to be good for me. I've got to get back on to researching a lot more to do what I want to do now. I've been trying to make my desktop run on a window manager instead of SDDM. Well, that's a login manager, but instead of Kwin, I want to use something else. And although I try to put it on the internet various times, but I try to keep it silent, you know. If I could do it, I'd be happy, because I'd be like the first one to do it. Of course, we're running a bit slow because we are using 12 processors. Still sitting at around about 60 frames per second. So, I'm literally just going to do it up to the point where it's just compiling. I've got to do a lot of editing to do my artwork on my distributions at the moment. So like my latest Claude Mods tool artwork wasn't up to standard. I was actually editing it on my projectile, and it isn't the best for imagery editing, I guess. Photo editing, or whatever you want to call it, imagery editing. And obviously I missed the bottom part, so I'm going to do it on this screen now. I'm going to finish it off with this update, since it's going to have the artwork. This might take a minute. See what it's doing. So my actual custom distributions are going to be like this. It's going to tell you everything. It's good for troubleshooting. It's going to tell you any problems you're getting with your stuff. I don't want to have a Plymouth. I'd rather have it so it tells you all the information down the side of the screen, and if you get anything wrong with your system, you're going to know. Like the hard drive is not working. That will stop you from booting. As it did for me. You know, you plug a hard drive in that's basically broken, it's not going to boot. So don't start taking your computer apart like I did. Just unplug the hard drives and see which one's not working. You normally find out if it's a disk hard drive, it start making sounds. Obviously with SSDs it could be a bit more troublesome, but because you ain't got the sounds. But yeah, you know, it could stop you from booting into Linux if you've got broken hard drives plugged in. So no, we've currently just finished. Yeah, we've finished. Right. So we're going to update the components. That's the first thing I'd say to do. You're going to want to update the components. Now I have installed loads of stuff that normally wouldn't be on here, but at the end of the day you can remove them if need be. It's not hard, you just use the console. You know what's installed because you've got the Plasma start menu. I haven't really put anything else on here. So, sudo pacman-s, capitals if we can get it right. The only other thing I put on here is my, I'm pretty sure I put my service menus on here, which is, you know, it just makes it easier to edit, because obviously you're going to need to edit it. We're going to check to see if the files are there. No, the files wouldn't be there, so we'd have to go here. If we go to the share folder, we can see that the build folder is here, ready to compile. And we're going to find out what's installed, what needs updating, because I know there's been a few updates. We've got all of these updates at the moment, which should take like less than maybe 2 minutes. The new Zen kernel come out, so that's why I've been trying to push an update out. Since my distributions have got the kernel locked, just basically keeps people a lot safer, because a lot of people get into kernel problems. So we've got all these 6.1 components that have all come out, 6.1.1.1. I don't think any components to do with the Plasma 6 desktop are actually being updated. I don't see anything to do with the Plasma 6 desktop. Let me just bring this over here a little bit. The Plasma 6.2 desktop files. So like the dependencies, sorry. So no, I don't. Well, Perl is obviously something that's needed, but I wouldn't say it is a dependency, but it's not a dependency that's going to be missed out during, you know, obviously the KDE initial setup. So yeah, I'd generally say like all the components that were installed, like run parts, you've got AppStream, they're all basically up to date, which is good. But it's always good to keep it up to date. So when you do install this, update straight away, because you never know. One of the dependencies might need something else. It might require another dependency. So then it's going to download that dependency. And then, obviously, that will fix a problem that you might encounter with compiling the KDE 6.2 dev. Well, yeah, I don't know what it is with people in their chairs these days. You know, I've been wrong in the past. I've said a various amount of things to people or whatever in a situation from what I've researched in the past, like on the internet. But the thing is, the internet tells a load of lies, a load of porcupines. So you can't believe everything that's on the internet. And I've been basically caught out a couple of times like that. So now I tend to not tell people anything. If you want to know something, go search it yourself. But I like helping Linux-wise, because there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know, and that I do know because of testing. So it's not like I need the internet for the information. It's all up here, but there's not always. How can I put this? Have not always got the information to hand, because I'll forget things. But then it'll come to me. I'm like, oh, that's what it was. So it's just a matter of time, you know, just let it come back to me and I'll know. So yeah, if I'm looking at all of this, apart from Perl, I don't think anything else in this list is really needed for the compile, apart from the fact that these are all just base packages for the 6.1, or Plasma 6 as it is. Yeah, these just look like normal Plasma 6.1 components. You know, there's no update for run parts, no update for Microsoft GSL, there's no update for glib 2 Devil and the AppStream Qt5 and Qt. And I'm pretty sure now Plasma decides to install MPV. MPV shouldn't be on here right now. Let's have a look. For some reason MPV media player is on here, but I don't currently use that. I don't like MPV, but that was something I did add in the past. So now we've done this. So what we've done that, we can do KDE, SRC, is it? Build, and then Plasma Workspace. And then that's it. Works. Plasma. Is it Plasma Dash Workspace? I think it's Plasma Dash Workspace. And that is literally how easy it is to compile. As you can see, I'm going to sit here now. We'll probably do the best part of 5-10 minutes of me babbling on, and we're going to see that this literally goes through the whole compile with no problem. Well, we'll get to where we get within 5-10 minutes, because it will take a few hours to do this. But as you can see, it's literally just going to compile. It's going to compile everything that I show you until the end of this video. And that's the best thing about it, you know, because I've had trouble in the past. I've actually used the Plasma 6 beta before it even come out. I was using it because I wanted to see if my theme would work on it, and miraculously it didn't, because of all the... Well, it did! On Arch, my theme worked on Arch, but then they've updated the Plasma 6 to Qt6 since then, and obviously it was at early stages of the beta, and yeah, that was it. It broke my thing, which is why I didn't have no Plasma 6 for a while. I was trying to get on Plasma 6 because I liked the look of it and how it worked. And the floating taskbar was taken from me. I'm pretty sure the floating taskbar was taken from me, because I don't remember them having a floating taskbar. And it was something that I added into my first ever Arch distribution. Spitfire, AKGE it was. I've still got the files on my computer somewhere, so that if I need any parts of it or whatever. But there's really no need staying on Plasma 5 with Arch. It's a rolling, you know, it's a rolling distribution, meaning that new updates come out basically every hour, near enough. So when I was updating my Arch at the start, because I basically like to update every day, I like to do some work every day. I might have a new ISO tomorrow, like. So, like when I first started making distributions, I was at it every day. I just had the energy for it. Now it is 5 o'clock in the morning, as you can see on the screen. 6 o'clock in the morning. I am up early. But the energy that I had then to do everything as I was doing is completely gone. So now I'll try and do it slowly. And to be honest, it's better to do it slowly. Slowly but surely get the job done. You always get the job done, and it'll be done better than it would be when you rush it. But I'm quite fast. I'm quite fast-paced person when it comes to working. Sometimes it's better to work faster for me. But it's not always the best option. It really isn't. So I like to remain in between. So like I do some things fast and some things slow. I might take a little break here and there and come back to it. I always take notes of what I forgot to do the time before, what needs adding. And that's how I work, you know. My workspace is really messy at the moment. As in, I've got a terabyte's worth of hard drive miraculously filled up with junk, and miraculously now the only way to sort this out is to go to Dolphin from here. I love it. I don't need a desktop. It's just to show, you know, the desktop is just to look nice. So this is a terabyte's worth of hard drive, and we're looking at about 100 gigabytes left. Got a nice bit of CBD in there. We're looking at blackcurrant CBD. Comes in a pot like this. It says CBD or something or the other shouldn't get your CBD is one of the many amazing nutrient compounds found in hemp plant. Unlike THC, CBD vape is non-psychoactive, which is why it is legal. Yeah? Alright. And we've mixed blackcurrant with it. I've got some extra nicotine if I run out of liquid. So if I get to because I've got all these different flavours now, but if I normally would have maybe a little bit left of liquid, I'll mix it with some nicotine and just basically saves me spending so we've got basically a terabyte's worth of hard drive compact at the moment. Look at all of these files. These files would be generally better off on an SSD because we're looking at a disk drive at the moment. And as you well know, my disk drive I've just basically been using for 10 years nearly. I was just basically give way on it. So the compile will take ages. We know this. It takes ages. I've thrown 12 CPUs at this. Complete 12 CPUs. I don't care. Throw the 12. Look, here we go. Virtual CPU allocation. I'm pretty sure it's just free. But the CPU, and I'm also throwing how much RAM? Maybe that's what's the problem is. 5 gigabytes worth of RAM. We're not enabling. We've not enabled share, so that ain't no good. But I will just be leaving this on all night, all morning, to basically compile to see if there's any newer things in it. So 5's gone. My main issue when I first start compiling gets to about here. When the K-Core add-ons comes, that is when so if you haven't set it up right, it ain't gonna get past 1. But then how can I put it? So most components are already installed through the thingy. You'll get to about 1 and it'll probably most likely go through or fail straight away, which is then obviously a sign that you ain't got the right components. But normally for me, I'll do that, which is how I know all the components now, and then you get to K-Core add-ons and just boom. I think that's the one that needs the upstream. Or is it? I don't know. Well, one or the other needs a component, you know. There's obviously missing run parts and stuff. We'll probably get to about maybe, I'll say, we'll do 10, shall we? We'll do 10. We'll leave it at 10. That's a good rounded number. You know, it may take a minute to get to 10. There's plenty of time to talk about some things. I don't know if anyone's noticed that if you actually go on the Plasma website, so if I actually come back here, and I'm pretty sure it's this one here, we changed the monitor. If we go here, and we delete some of these. I was on Badoo earlier, as you can see on the screen, and I'm currently downloading from SourceForge, which is taking long, and the file don't even work anyway. So I actually went on to Badoo, as you can just see. Is it releases? No. I went onto the Plasma website because I was looking at the beta release cycle and I wanted to find out if something to do with the dev. And to my surprise, I was doing a little bit of Android work as well. To my surprise, get involved 6.1 community. Here it is. That your future desktop is ready. 6.1 brings improvements and powerful new features to every part of the desktop. It's done it well. Honestly, it's one of the best updates I've ever seen at Plasma. But if you get here, look, if we read this together, The features are more. No, these features are more. These features and more are being built directly into Plasma Wayland's version natively, avoiding the need for third-party software and hacking extensions required by similar solutions implemented in X. Things will only get interesting from here, but meanwhile enjoy what will land on your desktop with the next update. Yeah? Due to unforeseen circumstances, we have been unable to ship the new wallpaper wreath with this version of Plasma. However, there will be a new wallpaper coming soon in the next 6.2 version. So, if you can't wait, you can download the wreath now. So they were going to put the wreath in there, and now they're saying that there's going to be a new wallpaper. Why not say that wreath is being put into 6.2? Coming soon to the 6.2 version. Why don't you just say wreath is coming? Because now you've made it look like another wallpaper is coming to the 6.2. And it's not going to be wreath. So obviously you can download wreath. And I do like the look of wreath. I don't know why they've obviously got rid of it, but that don't make no sense. So in my eyes, what you would put is, however, there will be wreath. However, there will be the wreath wallpaper coming to the 6.2. Not, however, there will be a new wallpaper. Why not say there's going to be the new default wreath wallpaper? Because now it's making me think that they're putting a whole complete new wallpaper and it's not going to be wreath. But I know for sure that it's going to be wreath because they've already said, if you can't wait, you can download wreath. So this is where I come from. What do you call it? It's inconvenience. There's misleading information on the internet at the moment. I like the fact that they've updated the settings as well. So like if you actually go to the colour settings now, they've changed it to full English instead of being half American and half English. And I did actually mention something about that in the KD chat. This might take a minute because it is compiling. Might take a minute. I don't know what it's doing. I do need to get into settings today, Junior. Today, Junior. So yeah, when you go to the Plasma Colour settings now, look, so it says colours in English, yeah, in native English, not American English, yeah, which is perfectly fine by me anyway. I've got nothing wrong with speaking, with writing out in American, you know. Now, when we go to colour, it says colours, like English. Before, and here, it also says colours here in English, and UK English, and also UK English here. So I actually pointed out in the KD chat that this was in American, and one of them said colours. I think it was this one here in English, UK English, and the rest were in American. And they said, oh yeah, it's for people to, you know, to make it easier. Or someone said that they weren't they weren't an admin or anything. And I said it's not an issue really, but you know, obviously you can see that it's an error. It shouldn't be like that. It should be normal English because I've set my desktop to be English UK. My keyboard is UK. You know, obviously I don't mind. I go American. I go English. I got UK. I don't mind. You know, obviously don't care. To me, it's all the same. I actually spell colour without the U. I know how to spell fine. Obviously, I've got no spelling issues or anything, but. Yeah, it's just that, you know, obviously, it's a prime example of why I can speak about KDE, because I've actually got involved to make it better, you know, and I couldn't discriminate against KDE like I did in the past. I honestly did. I said KDE 6 was a pile of bugs. That's what it was. And the reason I said that, yeah, all I said is it's a pile of bugs, and the system settings changed. That because I looked at the system settings, and I thought, well, why on earth have you changed it around now? It's just... It's different, you know. They've obviously done this because it's 6.1. It's got to be completely different. It's not. They don't want it to be how it used to be, you know. know, they don't want people to think, 6.1 is exactly the same as what 5 used to be. They obviously want it to be different and better, which is why I respect it. You know, I respect it, and obviously me saying it's a pile of bugs because of how many bugs there was, and I was doing the betas obviously, and I knew there was a few bugs, whatever else, but I had no say. Really, I had no reason to say, it's just a pile of bugs. I couldn't really speak for KD because it's a big company and there's a lot of people in the community that help KD out, you know, just voluntary. And I'd like to be one of the people, and one of them people in a way, should I say, because I test the devs, I put out bug reports. I have put out bug reports. I've also contemplated on the KD chat that I'm now banned from, funny enough, for promoting. But obviously, yeah, I can sit here and say and talk about KD because I'm actually involved. I'm involved. I've clicked that button that says get involved and read it and worked out how to get involved, and here we are right now. Are we not getting involved? Are we not compiling KD Plasma 6.2 right now? You know, and you know, if we get any issues, we can always go on the KD Bugs website and report them. And we do that for the KD community, you know, because we respect the KD community. We won't talk about the KD Plasma desktop and not actually get involved, not compile it, you know. At least compile it before you start talking about the Plasma desktop. Because really and truly, or bug report, you know, even I'd say get involved. To even talk about the KD desktop, you need to click the get involved button. You can't be speaking about the KD desktop unless you've clicked that get involved button at the top of the KD chat, website. Get involved. Click it. I'll show you the website right now. I'll change the thing. I'm pretty sure you know about the website. Obviously, if you're going to be watching this video, you're going to know about the website. But at the end of the day, yeah, unless you are on this website here and you click get involved and read all of this and use the information for what it's worth on this website, I don't think you can be talking about Plasma Desktop, to be honest. I don't think you should be talking about it. You know, and funny enough, what was his name? Sorry mate, I should have remembered your name. I mentioned it on the Brody chat and I said, do you know me? He doesn't really know me, but he's popped up in numbers of Git compiles. So I'll go back on here. We'll go with KD GitHub. He's everywhere on the KD right now. He's like the main developer. He's involved. Look here. Look, where is he? View all sponsors. He's probably a sponsor as well. He probably sponsors it. These are all the sponsors. There's loads of sponsors. Loads and loads and loads and loads of sponsors. His face is not on it. Fair enough. But fair enough, mate. It's not about, you know, whether you sponsor it or not. Even though you do compile, you know. So say if I go like to the Plasma desktop, Plasma mobile, it don't matter which one I click, he's going to be on it. He's on it. His name's Nate. That's it, Nate. So you've got 46 contributors to this. Look, guaranteed that he's one of them. Come on. Well, I know he's part of the he's helps with the Plasma desktop, so I've actually typed in Plasma desktop. I was on this earlier. That's how I got him. He's a top dev of this. Look, so you can come in straight, and he's here. Look, here he is. Man like Nate. Honestly, much respect to him as well as everyone else in the KD chat. He popped up on Brody's video, and he said, I think you should report that to the KD chat. You know, and I just thought, yeah, maybe he should have. You know, maybe he should, to be honest. And I haven't seen his face of getting involved. I haven't seen him once on the KD chat, on the KD Telegram chat. I haven't seen him once on the KD Get Involved Matrix or any of them services for the KDE, get involved chat online. Yeah, the Matrix. It's called the Matrix, isn't it? Yeah. Because it's got all these different services you can log in with. I haven't seen him once on there ask for any help or how to do this or help someone else in the KDE chat or on here. So this is why I say, really and truly, yeah, you need to get involved, mate. You need to get involved with start talking about KDE and this, that and the other, mate. It's all good sitting in the chair and talking about other people's work, yeah, and making money off of it, mate. But really and truly, you're not getting involved, mate. You're not helping other people. You're not helping the work. You're just talking about it, mate. And really and truly, I've got respect for him because I've learnt a few things off of him. But, come on, mate. Have some respect, mate. How can you be talking about other people's work when you're not even getting involved to make it any better, mate? You want to talk about bugs and how it's overwhelms you now. You know, it's doing better than what you expected. But you don't get involved. I'm sorry, but it really has kind of cheesed me off. You know, people like that haven't got no say, and then other people are saying, "Oh yeah, I might give it a go now because this guy said that." What do you mean I might give it that? Or I won't give it a go because this guy's just said that. People will take his word for whether or not to do something or not, but he's not involved. He's not helping it. You know, I've been using Plasma 6 before it was even out. You know, and I knew there was bugs. And to be honest, me saying what I said back then was a reason. It was a smack in the face. It was like, alright, maybe I shouldn't be saying what I'm saying because I am involved. I am here making it better. You know, and for me to say that it's just a pile of bugs, you know, I've only made it better by reporting them bugs anyway, because they're all gone now. All them bugs are gone. Everything that one of them that I just had the other day is when you come to the display thing. I'm pretty sure they might have fixed it now, or they might not have. I'm not going to do it now on screen because I'm not going to be able to do it, and it might just break. So say. Right, we'll come back to my main desktop. Sorry to keep transferring back and forth. So we go back to my main desktop. We're here, yeah? What we do is we change here to my main desktop. No, we're on my main desktop. I want to be on my main desktop. So if we come here, we go here, and then we type in console. I'm going to need my desktop now for this. So we go to number 2 and we go to number 5, and we've got our desktop. I've got my desktop. If we come here, one of the problems that I did have is, come on this quick, see how now I've basically got the option to do it. I can replicate the screen. I'm not going to do it because this is what broke my thing last time, and I had to reinstall Linux again on my Linux. So basically if you replicate a screen and then go to try and turn it off, it won't let you change the setting. It will stay at replicating. So if you replicate your screen 1 to screen 2 and then for some reason want to change it back, you can't change it back. It's a bug. And that's what I just reported not too long ago, within probably the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't need a desktop, it's just for eye candy. So I actually reported that and they confirmed it straight away. It was actually in the 6.2 dev and it was also in the 6.2 6.1 beta, and it was also in the 6.0.5. So obviously I reported it on 6.0.5 and it's in the beta still, I think. The dev, sorry, because the betas are finished now, aren't they? Hopefully they fix it, you know, because that's why I've reported it, you know. And obviously why I do get involved is to make it better, you know. Of all people to work it out as well, miraculously, obviously I'm editing 24/7, so if anyone's going to find a bug, it's going to be me. It honestly is, because I use Plasma day and night. I'm up all day, all night. Some days I wake up at 6 o'clock in the evening, some days I'm up at like 1 o'clock, other days I wake up at like 10 and then I'm up till like 5, 6 in the morning. As you can see, I'm here now, 6 in the morning, I ain't gone to sleep yet. I'll probably get to sleep around soon, and then I'll be up at maybe 6 in the evening, which is good because I've got to kill 2 days now basically. I'm mainly just researching at the moment and doing things like this. So I'm building my ISOs, like I said now, I'm doing big updates instead of doing small. So it might take me a bit longer to get some ISOs out, but the finishing product will be a lot more than what it would be over 2 days. So I'm already thinking of adding new console functions to my console tool, like clear cache, reboot, sign out and shutdown, all from the console, which would be quite handy because the console is like one of the main things you do use, and if you're not, then I don't really think Linux is for you, because the whole thing runs on a console, runs through TTY, and most of the commands that do get used through other things run through the console anyway. So obviously many people don't really use the console for what it's worth, and I think they should be. Which is why I've made mine now. My Claude Mods tool is basically loaded into a console, no eye candy. And I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. It's the way it should be. Too many people complaining about the desktop right now, complaining about the desktop and the colours of my theme and stuff, and taking the taskbar and Linux for granted. Because Linux originally wasn't a desktop environment; it was just a console. So now we're going back to base. We're taking it to Linux. People want to complain about System D, about System D and how System D isn't following the Linux philosophy. Well, everyone else ain't following the Linux philosophy, yeah? Because you're using desktop environments, yeah? You should be using consoles. You shouldn't be using no desktop environment. You're not following the Linux philosophy of running into a TTY kernel of how it should be, We're loading more components than it's worth. We're loading a desktop environment, a login manager, and everything else. That wasn't the Linux philosophy, was it not? Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. The Linux philosophy was a console, mate. That's where it all started from. So that's why I've made my distribution load into a console. That's the way it should be. Commands into a console. You type the right command in, special commands, you could do what you need to do. And that's really it. That is the basis of why I've done what I've done. Too many people taking the taskbar for granted, and the colours. Fair enough, they had every right to say about the colours, to be honest. The colours were a bit jarring, and that's what I kind of edged towards moving my theme towards plasma light, because I'm not really I'm not a dark person. I don't like dark. I was using Windows 11 earlier, and I just thought, this is a bit miraculous, to be honest. It's always been like this as well. So if you change your theme to Windows Light, the colour that you normally put on your taskbar on Windows Dark don't work. So like my taskbar is normally red. I normally have it complete red, which is why my Spitfire was burgundy, although the colour of the Windows taskbar is normally bright red, which is why I made like a bright red theme in my theme changer originally, after a few updates. But then obviously I've removed most of all of that for now, whilst I work towards other projects. But yeah, it's like people are just taking it for granted. They're taking the taskbar and Linux for granted, because Linux originally wasn't a desktop environment. It was a console. It was a TTY console, and you type everything in there. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Basically, the whole point of all that was basically that when you change your Linux, your Windows settings to light, it won't let you change it to any colour. It has to be the Windows white, which don't make no sense to me, because the options and the colours are available in Linux. But this is Windows. This is more about a big company that just will not push on some of the things that it's stuck by for years. Like, I've just seen I just see an advert the other day to say something about Microsoft have now done something, and they've turned OneDrive on so that you can't sign in. No, you can't. So it's automatically signed in once you sign into an account when you set up Windows. But that's been there since the day that Windows 11 come out. I was testing Windows 11 before it even come out. I was testing Windows 10 before it come out. I was testing Windows 8.1 before it come out. Windows 8 before it come out. I've been testing it, but they're not looking at doing a beta for number 12 for all of you out there that like to test betas. by the way. I've already done my research on that one. Yeah, but I've tested every Microsoft version from Microsoft 8 to the latest and greatest. And I can tell you now, Windows 11 from the get-go had OneDrive linked already. From the minute you sign into your account, once you through the install, because obviously when you got the Pro you have to sign in, you can't make a local account. It's always been that the OneDrive will link your account straight away. It will link your account and take all your files and put them online, which is what I don't like. And personally, I'll remove that straight away. Yeah, I've got probably about 101 different desktops that are set up, and I always continuously set up a new desktop. I don't know why. And well, yeah. So I use something called Windows Shut Up. No, it's called Win Shut Up 10, and I'm using something called Decontrol, which basically removes the antivirus. And then I use Geek Uninstaller to remove Edge, because there's no point in using Edge. The problem is, if you remove Edge, you have to keep the Edge update, and that is basically the back ends to the Microsoft Store. If you remove that, then you ain't getting no Microsoft applications. And to be honest, I normally don't do the update. I put a block on the software distribution folder, so it can't update anymore. Because it likes to auto update, it's crap. Then you've got this Microsoft special hours when you're not using your computer, it's going to update itself. So like you could be uploading a file or downloading a file in the middle of the night. You've got a massive game downloading. Yeah, you're downloading one of the latest games, Cyberpunk, and you're 60 gigabytes in. No, you're 79 gigabytes in. You've got 1 gigabyte left. Say it's an 80 gigabyte file, and you're 79 gigabytes in. You've got 1 gigabyte left, and then Microsoft, because you've gone to sleep, Microsoft decide to do an update, and your computer restarts, and then the whole thing corrupts the install of Cyberpunk, and you've got to download the whole thing again. This is one of the main reasons why I moved off of Microsoft and away from Windows. It is one of the main reasons is because of that. Is it your computer or is it their computer? You got to ask yourself that. You got to ask yourself that question. Are you owned by Microsoft and Windows enough to want to be using their software and running their settings? They update when they want to update. They turn your computer off when they want to turn it off. They take your files off of your computer and shove it online straight away out of the box, mate. You plug anything into your computer, guaranteed they're swiping all them files straight away. Windows 10 Shut Up removes all of it's meant to remove all their telemetry stuff. Yeah, it's worked for me up until this time, and I've been using it for years. I will not recommend it to anyone, although I've been using it for myself and it's been really safe for myself. I like to use DNS servers for privacy reasons, and I'm a bit weird with downloading third-party software, but sometimes you have to jump out of the box that you're in to get to where you want to be. And well, that was a main example, and it worked well. And I've done it in a VM, and I'll see how it worked. And then I obviously tested it, and I checked if there was anything running in the background that could potentially be a bit malicious. And well, I didn't see anything. Decontrol, it does run in the background, and it does come up as a malicious file. But the thing is, it's not. I've been using Decontrol for many years now, just to remove the Microsoft antivirus. Microsoft malware antivirus. You tell me why you need an antivirus system. You don't need an antivirus system because unless you're, I don't know how to put it. So you will only, you don't need you don't need an antivirus system if you know what websites you're downloading from and what websites you're using.
you know. And if you're downloading from every Tom, Dick and Harry, then you're asking for it. But you shouldn't have an antivirus, put it that way. I haven't got Microsoft malware antivirus service, is it? Malware antivirus service or some sort of rubbish like anti-malware service, that's it. Microsoft anti-malware service is crap. There's no point having it on there. It's just another reason to bloat up your system a bit more and check some more of your files. It really is, and I remove it. And I don't have any issues. I've never had any issues with downloading any software. If you're downloading pirated software, you're asking for it anyway, and then the files get put into your registry. And if you're using a Windows computer, they're going to know what you're doing, mate. And I'll be honest with you, if you're doing things like that, you're better off doing that, getting the game, make sure it's saved on a hard drive, reboot your whole Windows installation and install it again, mate. And then just run the game, because the registries are going to be there. They're all going to be on your computer, mate. Whatever was installed during that buggy pirated flipping installer is now on that computer, and you're more than likely going to have bugs and viruses or whatever else, mate. But if the game works, you're happy. Just, yeah. Now, this isn't a tutorial on that anyway. I don't promote it. You've got to respect game developers and the money, you know, that they put towards building it. So, we're 24 components in. I'm going to leave it at this. It's going to take an hour or so. I'm going to let it do its business. Then I'm going to set it up to boot into it and see if there's anything new. And I'm more than likely, to be honest, going to copy the files that do get made, because they're around about 6 GB. I'm going to put them straight online. Back this thing up, obviously, as well, and make it so that people can download the new updates that I do compile, because I will be compiling every 3 days, and if there's anything new, because they probably will be putting stuff new every 3 days to a week or whatever else, then you can download it from my app and possibly the new update or the update after that. I'm still looking at what I'm going to be adding in. Got a few days, payday comes, I'm going to be happy. Maybe I might just go all out on payday and go a bit wild with some of the updates and try and get some crazy new things implemented. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're looking at possibly an hour and 7 minutes worth of a video. KD compile, showing it compiling. We're still compiling, as you can see. We've had no errors. Still compiling. We're on what now? We're on the 24th on the solid. And just let me do this quickly, because I'm looking to jump into bed, possibly play some music. Really no plans for today. And yeah, I hope you're having a good night or morning, whatever time it is when you're watching this video. I hope you're having a good night or day or morning, whatever time it is when you're watching this video. I'm sure you're going to have a good sleep when I do finally get to sleep. And it's a bye from me, Aaron, or Claude Mods, which is my online company name.